demand action now!
What if I told you there's a place where politicians have an expiration date? Hard-coded, no appeals, no recounts, no clinging to power until their dying breath. Imagine a system so absurd, so controversial to our modern way of thinking that, after exactly 8 years, you're out. No matter how popular, how essential you think you are. You give back the keys to the kingdom, and you go home. This isn't a sci-fi plot. It's a real, ancient system of governance from Ethiopia. And it might just hold the secret to something we've almost completely forgotten. Humble humility. This is the Gadaa system of the Oromo people, and it's been around for centuries, recognized by UNESCO as a living piece of human heritage. Forget the two-party slugfest you see on TV. The Gadaa has 5 parties. But here's the twist. They don't compete against each other. Instead, they take power in a strict, irreversible cycle. Your party gets its shot at leadership only once every 40 years. Think about that. That's not a political career. It's a generational promise. So how do you become the leader? The Gadaa. It's not about who has the most money or the slickest campaign ads. It's a lifelong process, a 40-year job interview. It starts from birth. As a boy, you enter the first of 11 age grades. In the first grade, the Dabale, you're a kid, your hair grown long and decorated. You're seen as pure, and mothers pray their own children will be like you. You're not just a kid. You're a living symbol of the future. As you grow, you pass through grades every 8 years, learning to be a warrior, a community member, and finally, a potential leader. By the time you're even considered for power, you've spent decades serving the community in different roles. You've been a student, a protector, and a follower long before you get the chance to lead. It's the ultimate lesson in knowing your place. But the most absurd, most controversial part of this whole system is the end. When your 8 years are up, it's over. The power transfer ceremony is called the Bali. It's not a bitter concession speech in a sterile conference room. It's a deeply symbolic, public ritual. The outgoing leader hands over the Baku, a staff that represents the authority of the office. It's the physical manifestation of power, and he just gives it away. Imagine that in today's world. It's like a president handing over the nuclear codes and walking away. Not to a life of lucrative speaking tours, but to become an advisor to the new guy. Because in the Gadaa system, your service never ends, but your power does. There's a powerful saying from a former Guji Oromo leader that sums it all up. I rejoiced when I assumed the Bali, and I rejoiced when I transfer it. Think about that. He was happy to give up power. That's the humble humility we've lost. It's the understanding that you are just a temporary caretaker. You are a seasoned, you carried the staff, and then you handed it on. So, what does an ancient African tradition have to do with you? Everything. You might not be running a country, but you have power. In your job, in your family, in your relationships. The Gadaa system teaches us that true strength isn't about holding on to power, but in having the grace to pass it on. It's about leading with the full knowledge that your role is temporary. It's about intellectual humility, knowing you don't have all the answers. It's about serving the collective good, not your own ego. That's the lesson of humble humility. Power is lent, not owned. So what do you think? Could a system like this work today? Is our ego too big for an 8-year expiration date? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this sparked your curiosity, make sure to subscribe to Thought Trek, ring that bell, and dive deeper into the knowledge vault. You never know what ancient truths will unlock your modern world.